How are you today?
Well, how are you?
Good. Yeah, I figured that's coming.
Right here, please.
That's fine, thank you. One more. Pass this down to the board. Oh, okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand for the processional and for the national anthem? Gathered to celebrate the commencement for students earning a baccalaureate degree from Pennsylvania State University. All are in their places. While the day is a day of joy and celebration, the commencement ceremony itself calls for dignity and decorum. This is one of the great days of a lifetime for our students, their families, and friends. Therefore, we request everyone's cooperation in upholding the ceremony quiet respect that it deserves. These exercises for the fall session of 2017 are hereby called to order.
Thank you, Ms. Marshall. I am Jacqueline Edmondson, Chancellor and Chief Academic Officer of Penn State Greater Allegheny, and I join in welcoming you to our commencement today. We will open with our national anthem led by Penn State student Katie Chuang.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. It is wonderful to be here with all of you on this joyous occasion as we recognize and celebrate the accomplishments of these men and women who have completed their academic programs at Penn State. The ceremony you are about to see extends a tradition that is nearly 1,000 years old. The academic dress and ritual have their origins in the first English universities of the Middle Ages. The mace is a symbol of the university. The robes you wear reflect our medieval past, and the caps and tassels are ancient symbols. But the attire you wear is also a symbol of the outstanding achievements that have brought you to this moment. Armed with vision, skill, and knowledge, you now face a future full of possibility and success, and we congratulate you for that. Now I would like to introduce Dr. Mary Preuss, Professor of Spanish and Comparative Literature. Dr. Preuss has the honor of serving as Kansas Grand Marshal. Dr. Preuss is a senior faculty member with 28 years of service to the university. She currently serves as Department Coordinator for Global Languages and Study Abroad Advisor at Penn State Greater Allegheny. Dr. Preuss is an expert in Mayan culture and literature and travels often to the region. Her first book, Gods of Popol Vuh, focused on the roles of major deities in the Quiche Mayan religious book. Dr. Preuss's most recent book, Yucatec Maya Stories, concentrates on accounts of tales and their discussion. She is also the editor of Latin American Indian Literature's Journal, a unique international publication which focuses on studies of and text by indigenous writers of Latin America. And she has been an editor of 6 books about Latin American Indians. Dr. Preuss.
As many of you know, the legal corporate body of Pennsylvania State University is its board of trustees. This is an entity that by our charter is given complete responsibility for the government, welfare, and other interests pertaining to our university. Whatever possibilities are delegated, ultimate authority rests with the board. The Board of Trustees and the President of the University have authorized Chancellor Jacqueline Edmondson to present these candidates with their degrees dependent upon the fulfillment of graduation requirements as certified by the faculty and the dean. This authority is symbolized by the medallion that Dr. Edmondson wears around her neck.
Thank you, Dr. Price. We will now proceed with the presentation of degrees. Will the candidates for all degrees please rise? By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the Pennsylvania State University, I present upon each of you the appropriate degree. All degrees will be certified based on completion of all academic requirements as reviewed and confirmed by the university's registrar. Candidates, you may now switch your tassel from right to left. Please be seated. Program marshals for each discipline will now call the students in their disciplines to the stage. Graduation candidates will receive a campus pin, a gift from the Campus Alumni Society, and a scroll emblematic of the degree that will be received. Students, when your program marshal calls your name, please proceed to the stage to receive your pin and scroll and pose for your picture. You may then return to your seat. Assistant Professor of Administration of Justice, Dr. Kate McLean, the Program Marshal for Administration of Justice, will first present the Bachelor of Science degree candidates in the major.
Thank you, Dr. Edmondson. For the Bachelor of Science degree candidates, please rise. Representing the Bachelor of Science in Administration of Justice is Student Marshal Haley Catherine Kutcher. A Bachelor of Science degree will also be awarded to Justin Michael Nix. Eric Raymond. Congratulations.
Assistant Teaching Professor of Business, Ms. Bernie Sarasaro, Program Marshal for Business, will now present the candidates for business.
Thank you, Dr. Edmondson. Will the business degree candidates please rise? Representing the Bachelor of Science in Business is Student Marshal Chelsea Metro. A Bachelor of Science in Business degree will now also be awarded to Corey Thomas Egger. Joseph N. Gianandrea. Kyle Pear. Casey Thomas Light. Trevor Lofton. Jessica Marburger. Morgan McAllister. Christopher D. Mosquito. Nicholas Sackmar. Congratulations.
Associate Professor of English and Program Marshal for English, Dr. Mary Ellen Higgins will now present the campus's Bachelor of Arts in English degree candidates.
Thank you, Dr. Edmondson. Will the Bachelor of Arts candidates in English please rise? This year's Student Marshal in English with a Bachelor of Arts degree is Morgan H. Schaufield. A Bachelor of Arts degree in English is now awarded to Elizabeth Ann Hartwick. Natasha Nadia Phillips. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Higgins. Mr. Galen Grimes, Associate Professor of Information Sciences and Technology and Program Marshal for Information Sciences and Technology, will now present the degree candidates in Information Sciences and Technology.
Thank you, Dr. Edmondson. Will the Bachelor of Science candidates in Information Sciences and Technology please rise? This year's Student Marshal in Information Science and Technology with a Bachelor of Science degree is Roshan Sharma. A Bachelor of Science degree in Information Sciences and Technology is now awarded to Regina Rose Colorito. Tomas Timsina. Congratulations to our graduates.
Associate Professor of English, Dr. Mildred Mickle will now present the Bachelor of Arts degree in Letters, Arts, and Sciences.
Thank you, Will the Bachelor of Arts in Letters, Arts, and Sciences candidate please rise and come forward? The Bachelor of Arts in Letters, Arts, and Sciences is now awarded to Student Marshal Shirley Donaje, Gentile. Congratulations.
Associate Professor of Psychology and Program Marshal, Dr. Elizabeth Mazer will now present the degree candidates in psychology.
Will the degree candidates in psychology please rise? This year's Student Marshal in Psychology with a Bachelor of Science degree is Mark E. Collis. Bachelor of Science degree in Psychology is now awarded to Christina Dodd. Jenna Nicole Light. Mary Shapiro. Congratulations to our 4 graduates.
It is my pleasure to now present the Penn State Greater Allegheny Academic Excellence Awards. These awards are given to students who achieve a cumulative grade point average of 3.6 and above, who have completed at least 36 credits at Penn State Greater Allegheny, and who are attending today's graduation ceremony. Engraved nameplates for all the awards will be mailed to the awardees at a later date. The following students are Academic Excellence Awards winners. As your name is announced, please come to the stage to receive your gift. Shirley Gentile. Bailey Catherine Kutcher. Roshan Sharma. Cliff Weiss, President of the Penn State Greater Allegheny Advisory Board, will now introduce today's commencement speaker to you.
Thank you, Dr. Edmondson. I had the distinct pleasure of serving as president of the Greater Allegheny Advisory Board of the Pennsylvania State University. And one of my associates, Dave Pasnak, was sitting in the rear. And on behalf of all the board members, we wish to thank all the students, the parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, and friends for entrusting your sons and daughters with this great institution. Oftentimes, I think when I do this maybe once or twice a year, I feel like a warm-up act for a rock group. And it gives me a great deal of pleasure to present our speaker, Ms. Giselle Fetterman, this evening. And if you look at your program, you can get an idea of what her background is, where she came from, and what she has accomplished. It reminds me of a course I once took at Penn State, when they said you only talk about things you know about, the things that you have an understanding about. And oftentimes, in all of our careers, we come from a variety of different backgrounds. Ms. Fetterman has a very strong background in working with nonprofits. Some of us, maybe in this group this evening, has done the same things. Some of us have maybe worked for the government. Some of us maybe come from private industry. But it's pretty tough to judge anyone about their background unless you've actually walked in their shoes or worked in their area of employment, or any of their backgrounds of what they may have done. And in briefly talking with her this evening, I find that she has a keen interest in foreign languages. Besides being fluent in Portuguese, Spanish, she also has an interest in Mandarin and quasi-Egyptian Arabic language, because there is a difference between Egyptian and Arabic. So Ms. Fetterman has this distinct background of coming to this country, learning to speak English very fluently, keeping her original national language, working with her husband as the First Lady of Braddock, let me rephrase it, the First Lady of Braddock, and that her husband is the Mayor of Braddock. Braddock brings a strong tie-in with us because we operate a company in Braddock. We employ something like 30 individuals. And Braddock has gone through some tough times, but it's on the resurgence of a lot of the communities in Mon Valley. It takes time, it takes talent. So when I look at Ms. Fetterman and I talk with her, I'm very optimistic that our region, the Mon Valley, and the surrounding communities are going in the right direction. It may take another X number of years, nobody's really sure. But I think when I see what she has done, and the way that she's worked for this university, all of us should be most grateful for her willingness to participate in the nonprofit sector, which benefits all of us. So on behalf of Penn State, the board, the students, and the faculty, I'd like you to give Ms. Fetterman a warm welcome.
Thank you, Cliff. Should I move this? May I move this? I stand before you, breaking things. I stand before you as a formerly undocumented, non-English speaking immigrant woman raised by a single mother who worked as a housekeeper. I had no idea at the time that the circumstances I found myself in were enough to almost accurately predict my future and my outcome. 60% of single-family households live in poverty, while 75% of undocumented children live in poverty. Luckily, I never read those statistics. I had no idea of the limitations that existed because my mother never once told me I was less than. She always made me feel like I was full of light and that my future was limitless, and I believed her. Every memorable moment in my life has been defined by how I was made to feel. How did someone's words or actions make me feel inside during difficult times, during times of triumph? But also I realized, how did I make others feel? And how was I, in a small way, maybe defining moments for someone else? You might be sitting here before me as the first in your family to graduate from high school. And that is amazing. I am certain that the members of your family who were unable to do so have some really powerful and painful and difficult stories to share with you about their lives. Please help them tell their stories. You might be sitting here before me today as the first in your family to graduate from college. What an incredible accomplishment. I am certain that your family members that were unable to do so impacted you being here today. Please thank them and help them tell their stories. I am also certain that there may have been many times in this journey that you were unsure if you were going to be able to finish because work and family and life and money gets in the way, because life is hard. And I hope that you can think of what would have made your journey here easier, and that when you're in a position to do so, you will seek out those in your position today and look to make their journeys a little bit easier too. The world is full of successful, financially secure professionals, and you will soon, hopefully, be entering that world too. And we need those people, and we need more of them. But we also desperately need more kind and compassionate people who think about how they make others feel. Being the housekeeper's daughter introduced me to some of the kindest and least kind folks I have ever met. Some who made me feel equal to their children, and so many who reminded me that I would never be. But it's a wonderful reminder for us to think, how do we treat those who can do nothing for us? The powerless, the difficult to love, the suffering. In your time here, I hope you had the pleasure of getting to know Jimmy in the kitchen. He made your food with so much love. And Karen or Jason in maintenance, making sure your toilet's flushed and that the systems worked, or Miss Shirley. And how did you make them feel? Your legacy is ultimately what experiences and opportunities you created for others. How will someone remember their time spent with you? And if you haven't started on your legacy yet, you can start today. You can start where you are. You can start anywhere. And the next person you meet, you can find their light and act that this is all you see in them. Thank you.
Mrs. Fetterman, to thank you for speaking at today's Fall 2017 commencement, an engraved brick will be added to the Paving the Way walkway in your honor. The walkway is located in front of the Student Community Center. Thank you, Mrs. Fetterman. Now I am pleased to introduce Mr. Dave Pasternak, President of the Penn State Greater Allegheny Alumni Society.
Thank you, Dr. Irvin. Congratulations, graduates. The Penn State Alumni Association celebrates your successes and welcomes you to a proud network of Penn Staters. Today, you join more than 673,000 other successful Penn State alumni who are making differences in their communities as well as their professions. Your Alumni Association is powered by pride. More than 174,000 alumni and friends like you keep their connection to our world-class university strong through membership in the Penn State Alumni Association. Today, on behalf of the Alumni Association, I am honored to share our graduation gift to you, a one-year free membership in the Penn State Alumni Association. Your membership keeps you in touch with Penn State and connects you with more than 300 geographically dispersed alumni chapters, interest groups, campus, and college societies. No matter where you live, what campus you've attended, or where you study, we have a group that matches your interests. After graduation and once you're settled, please reach out to one of the local Penn State chapters or societies. Your Penn State family will be very happy to welcome you. And in the coming years, when you visit University Park, please remember to visit your alumni home on campus, the Hintz Family Alumni Center. So would the new graduates please rise? Would all other Penn State alumni here today also please rise? It gives me great pleasure to induct all graduating students of the Pennsylvania State University into the Penn State Alumni Association. On behalf of our 174,074 members, I am thrilled to offer you our sincere congratulations and welcome to the Pride. Thank you, and please be seated.
Before we conclude, I would like to recognize some special members of our audience. The faculty and staff at Penn State Greater Allegheny have worked hard on behalf of our new graduates. I would like to ask them to stand so we may thank them for their dedication and service. Another special group merits recognition: the family members and friends of our graduates who provided ongoing support to see them through this special day. Family and friends, please stand so that we may recognize you and thank you, including those who are in the Student Community Center. Now, will all of our graduates please stand again and face the audience? Audience, I now present to you the Penn State Greater Allegheny class of Fall 2017. Congratulations. Now I will ask you all to please stand. You're getting some exercise. So please all stand now and join the singing of the Penn State alma mater performed by student Katie Jalon. The words are inside of the front cover of your program. At your seats until after the recessional. Graduates, faculty, staff, and guests, you are invited to the main concourse at the Student Community Center immediately following the ceremony for refreshments. Thank you for attending today's commencement ceremony at Penn State Greater Allegheny and in joining in the celebration of the accomplishments of our students and our alumni. This ends our commencement series.
The